Hello? Can you hear me? I am searching, whether it's the cities, the quiet suburbs, or in the beauty of nature. I will find it. In the crevices. In the darkness. Welcome to Lost or Found. Welcome to another episode of Lost or Found here on horrorfiendtv. Yes, we are back, and I am in next door to this guy, Ben's house. But besides the point, so what are we going to talk about here on this episode of Lost or Found? Well, let's take a quick glance at some footage of this film.
More, and this is a film about the strange things that have been occurring.
This is so stupid. What's been happening to me?
Okay, so it's 1:30 a.m. and some weird sounds just woke me up. The fuck is that?
Have you seen my cat? She hasn't come home yet.
It's Milo.
What is it? You found
He's
Milo?
dead.
What's happening to me?
Yes, we are talking about the 2015 found footage film, The Changing of Ben Moore, written and directed by Jason Mills, starring Humberto Celestano as Ben Moore. So, what is the synopsis of this film? Well, as you can tell as part of the trailer, we have a guy named Ben Moore who has no recollection of his childhood and who was also adopted, living in his aunt's house. And well, Ben starts experiencing some blackouts in the middle of the night. So he decides to do a video journal to find out what exactly happens during the night when he has these blackouts. So once the film progresses, we see that Ben is really curious about what happens to him during these blackouts. So he asks Derick if he could help him with this video journal. So Derick soon witnesses what exactly happens to Ben during these blackouts. Ben has a habit of sleepwalking. And well, more than that, because Ben seems very alert when he's doing his sleepwalking. Now, as the film continues, we start to see not only different things that Ben does during these blackout moments, but, well, Ben starts, like the movie says, changing in different ways. Now, this film can be a possession film. I'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But yeah, so we start seeing more and more every night how Ben's blackouts worsen to the point where Derick is concerned not only for his safety, but the safety of Sarah, Ben's girlfriend, and everybody who literally has a connection to Ben. Now, this film was a very curious pick for me because, look, I do a lot of found footage films, and a lot of them are films that everybody knows, that has a track record, that has recognition. But honestly, I like to gravitate sometimes to the films that nobody really talks about or doesn't even know about. So for me, this film was very interesting. And like I said, these blackout occurrences, well, and the slight changes you see that Ben is going through are very interesting and unique in a way. So what is the conclusion and my thoughts of this film? Well, The Changing of Ben Moore, unfortunately for me, is a loss. The reason I say this is because the fact you have a film that has a potential of being a possession film, but being the fact that it's vague, and I'm going to bring this up once again, me and Ricky Grimes talk a lot about vagueness in films, how sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. When you have a film where you have a character, Ben, who's actually going through a physical and mental change where you start believing, is it possible that this is really a possession film? But there is no foundation to understand why this possession is happening. Now, maybe something I missed in the film, but honestly, I didn't understand why he was going through this. And the point of the film, you wonder if Sarah kind of got possessed too. you weren't really sure exactly what was going on at certain points. Now, there were some moments that could have been, good scare moments. Ben did a good job for his role. I mean, for the character, Ben Moore did a good job for his role. I wish there was more meat to basically the character and the story, because this film, like I said, had a lot of potential, but hit certain pitfalls. Now, the transformation, you got some blackness under the eyes. His eyes turned white from time to time. It was good, but I felt like some of the changes should have been more noticeable even during the daytime, where you only witness basically his demeanor, his attitude changing, his personality changing, which is all lines up with possession films. So for me, fortunately, the changing of Ben Moore is a loss. Film had potential, maybe a little bit more added to the budget, or just maybe let us know, the viewers, exactly what was around that possibly possessed him. Because this film does have potential. Does have potential. It is something you should watch, your own judgment. But for me, fortunately, Changing of Benjamin Moore is a loss. Now, before I go, originally I was going to cut the season short of Lost or Found, but I'm not. So there are more films I'm going to do, but if there's a film that you want me to do, and yes, Bob was coming back in the next episode, so he will be excited to see what you possibly pick for us. So this is a nice little room, isn't it? I just want to lay back, get cozy. But yes, Changing of Ben Moore, Lost. This is JR for Horror Fiend TV. I am out. Peace.